Hello internet world, welcome to a new video on the Geekanoids channel. In today's video I'm going to be demonstrating the Panasonic FZ1000 II and its live streaming capabilities via the clean HDMI output. Now this is the product box because I can't show you the camera because it's currently sitting on top of my tripod about an arm's length away, actually producing the video for this exact live stream. So very good demonstration for you. Please do stay tuned. I'm going to be doing some focus tests and also talking to you about how I've been getting on with the camera over the past few days. Now I must give a big shout out to Clifton Cameras. They got this camera out to me really quickly. I really do value their customer service, the quality of the service that they actually deliver, and also the way they pack the products is top notch. So please do check out the link in the video description to Clifton Cameras. So this is the product box. It lists off some of the specifications. This is of course the Panasonic FZ1000 II. So this is the updated version for 2019. It only came out about a week ago and I've been really enjoying my time with it so far. It's a bridge camera, of course. You can see a photo of it on the box here. 20 megapixel 1-inch sensor. It does also have a fully articulating touch screen, so you can turn the screen around so I can look at the screen. I'm looking off axis now at the screen and you can see yourself. You can touch to focus as well. You can leave it to sort of a continuous autofocus. It's got face detection. And that 1-inch sensor, if you've compared my videos over the past couple of days where I've been using this in comparison to using my previous camera, which was the Sony AX53, which is what I used to use for all of my live broadcasts, the picture on here is a lot crisper, a lot more vibrant because that sensor is picking up and pulling in more light as well. And of course I think the optics are better on this as well. So let's put this box a little bit closer and we can see it refocuses pretty quick as well on the text, and of course brightens up the image because it's taking in a lot of the dark colour on this box. So it does focus in really quickly. On the bottom here we got some smaller text, so let's just see how quickly it zooms into that, or sorry, focuses in on that. Very good focus, super quick, and then back out to me and it refocuses and recalibrates the exposure to give you a nice evenly lit scene. So really good performance when refocusing on something like this box. Now I've got a little figurine here. Many of you say this does look like me. Okay, yeah, I'm sure it does. Let's just hold this up to the lens and see if it refocuses. And because it's trying to focus on a wider area, sort of a wider area than just this little tiny figurine, it's still focusing on this plane here rather than up close. So if I actually put my hand here, it will actually refocus on the figurine. And my guess is that when I remove my hand, it should stay in focus on this. So very good at actually keeping focus. And really nice amount of detail as well, as you can see. It's not hunting in and out too much either. Again, when it pulls back focus to myself, it seems to do that transition very smoothly. And I think it's a really good performance with regards to focus on this. I'll just give you that demonstration one more time. So if we hold this up without me blocking left and right, because I've got it set to like a wider area autofocus, then it won't refocus. But this time, instead of blocking the screen, if I just come in and tap on the screen, it should refocus on him. It's still trying to do a wider area focus. So let's block that out again, and now we should get that focus in on Mr. Mackie. There we go. Look at that pin sharp focus. Very good indeed. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of the focus on this, and also let me know if this little guy really does look like me. Drop me some comments in the comment section. Now I have picked up a GoPro Hero 7 Black. I still haven't reviewed this. I'm a little bit late to the party reviewing this. I'm not sure if I will do a review, but I have got a project coming up which you will see this particular camera in action, so do stay tuned for that. And if we were doing sort of product type videos with this particular camera, let's see what it's going to perform like. It seems to be focusing nicely. You can see all the little icons on the side of the box there. I think it's a really good performance actually, this camera. It seems to focus in extremely well indeed. Very, very impressed. So a really good focusing performance. Now throughout my last sort of, I think I've had this about 4 or 5 days. Throughout those days testing this, I have been also recording some 4K video or UHD video and also taking some photos. For photos, I would probably stick to another camera, but this is still really good. It's got a really nice reach on it as well. I think it's 26 to 400 millimeters or thereabouts. So really good reach and image stabilization as well. So for taking those photos at the longest end of the zoom lens, still really good photo capability, really good images as well. And for 4K video, the results are brilliant, really tack sharp. Now this records in up to, I think it's 100 megabits per second, 4K 30p. So it won't go up to 60p, but it does 30p. That's a little bit of a shame, but then don't forget this is coming in at a really good price point, this bridge camera. And the results again from that 4K video are really very, very good indeed. Now I'm live broadcasting or live streaming at the moment in 1080p HD. And that allows me to get the full, I think it is 26mm on the wide angle from this lens. When you go into 4K or UHD recording, then you do get a crop, so it does crop in. I don't know exactly by how much, but it does crop in a little bit, but it's still fairly good wide angle lens. But do take into account, if you're going to use this as a dedicated 4K camera, then you do have to deal with that crop. I think, and don't quote me on this, it's probably about a 1.4 times crop, something like that, but don't quote me on that figure. So that's pretty much it. The handling of the camera is good. The grip is nice and deep. I'll be bringing you a full review of this camera so that you can actually see it as I'm talking about it in a future video, probably in about a week or so's time. So do stay tuned for that. Indeed, if you want to see that review, then please do subscribe to the channel. So let's have a look inside the live broadcast. We've got Sugar K, Ahmed and Muttley. Thank you very much for tuning in. We've also got Cole Malone. I'm travelling to Spain tomorrow and was only thinking of getting a Panasonic F1000 or FZ1000 as I don't want to carry over lots of lenses. I didn't know there's a new Mark II version. Yes, indeed, we have got the Mark II version. I'm not sure what the differences are between the two. I did review the Mark I version when it first came out. So Colm, if you want to check that out, it is on the channel somewhere. But from memory, I do recall the video footage recorded with the original version still being very good and still very sharp. This particular version I've got here, so far, I can highly recommend. It's working extremely well. The big question with a lot of cameras is, of course, does it have a clean HDMI output? And what that means is when you plug in via HDMI, does it overlay the little symbols over the top of the screen? And indeed, this particular camera, I can see the screen now, still with all the display symbols, but I've changed a setting in the menus and it gives me that clean HDMI output, so you're not seeing any overlay in the live broadcast. Many users do like to know this so that they can indeed use this for live streaming, and this is more than capable. It does also have USB, micro USB for charging, so there's not an external battery charger supplied. You can still get an aftermarket one. So you charge the battery inside the camera. I mentioned this during my unboxing. I was going to test it to see whether you can in fact charge the battery and use the camera at the same time. Now from my tests, when you plug in that USB cable into the charger, you get a little red light on the top to indicate that the battery is charging. When you turn the camera on and start using it, that light turns off. So my assumption is that when you're using the camera, you can't charge the battery at the same time. Now you can buy like a dummy battery, like a DC coupler, and that would allow you to take the battery out and you use this sort of dummy battery. It goes in the bottom of the camera, and then you can connect that to either 1 or 2 USB ports, or indeed you can get a DC version that plugs into the main socket, and then you can actually use the camera on a mains powered connection rather than battery. So at the moment I'm using it on battery. I'm having to keep an eye on the battery meter, because if I'm live broadcasting, then that battery could deplete. But the battery life does seem pretty good. I can normally do round about an hour, or maybe just under an hour, of live broadcasting, and that's continually using the screen and having it stream via this micro HDMI cable on a single charge. So pretty good. An hour's worth of use for what I'm using it for from a single charge is pretty good. But because it's working so well for me, and I've had a lot of comments saying that the image is very, very crisp, I may well invest myself in one of those DC couplers. So let's do just one more sort of refocus test. I've got a LEICA Q2 here. So it's obviously focused on me at the moment. Let's bring this in nice and close and see if it refocuses. There we go. So now it's focused, a nice smooth focus as well. And you can see this in all its detail. A nice close-up of the LEICA Q2. Very, very good. And then when I take this away, again, it refocuses on me. So really good performance. Absolutely love this camera, and at the moment I can certainly highly recommend it. Now I've left links down below to where you can pick this up from Clifton Cameras. There are also some other links where you can pick this up in other countries. They are affiliate links, so they do earn me a little bit of commission, but they don't cost you a penny extra. Any questions you've got, please do leave them in the comments section below. Please do subscribe if you're not already, and if you enjoyed the video, please do hit that like button. Thanks for watching everyone. Have a fantastic day ahead, and I'll see you in another video very soon.